Hi there. Welcome. I'm Jill, and I will be your reader for today. And for this session, we will be tackling one of my most favorite topics when it comes to readings. Who will be your next love? Now, to be clear, this isn't your soulmate. But if it would be, that would be great. But this is just going to talk about who will you love next. And then for this reading, we will be dividing it into 4 parts: the water, fire, earth, and air. It's best if you use the sign of your sun, your moon, or your rising to pick which element you would like to have the reading. Pick whichever resonates with you the most. And to get this started, we'll be doing a very short meditation and some smoke cleansing. Let's get in tune to the right vibration using our Tibetan singing bowl. So close your eyes, take a deep breath, hold, and then release. Feel your vibrations rising and feel that white light coming from your center and spreading throughout your body. Take slow and deep breaths and exhale through your mouth. Next, we will be doing the smoke cleanse. So I'll just light up a candle with this lighter. I will be lighting this Palo Santo stick. It's one of my most favorite smudges. I love the aroma of it, and it really does do its job and clear out all of the negative energies around you. close your eyes, and I will be cleansing you with the smoke of the Palo Santo. Remember your breathing. Take deep breaths. Inhale in. Inhale. Hold. And then out. Imagine all of those negative energies and emotions flow out with each exhale you take. Breathe in again. Hold. And then out. One last time. Breathe in. Hold. And let go of all of those negative energies and emotions as you exhale. We will be doing clean slate today to make sure that you're ready. I will be using my classic Rider-Waite deck stored in this really pretty velvet pouch. Of course, before I use this deck, I will be cleansing it with my incense. I will be using sandalwood for today. It's one of my most favorite scents as well. It's like a magic wand. To do this every time before I start reading and before I use cards, just to make sure that there's no residue energy from the previous reading to the cards, so that your energy will be coming into the cards. Okay. This section is for the air signs, sun, moon, or rising. So Libras, Aquarius, Gemini. I'll just shuffle the cards and I'm going to pull 10 cards for this. There's one. Two. Three. Four. Thank you, thank you. 6 more. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. Lastly, 10. Thank you, thank you. Alright. Okay. Let me just put them all face up. Okay. I have a message for all air signs here. This will be about who you will love next. And the very first card that you got, which has the question, why haven't I found them yet? You got here the Ace of Swords in reverse. So, Ace of Swords in reverse shows us that you're confused. There's some sort of clouded judgment. You don't know who you want. You don't know what you want. There are moments wherein you think, yes, I want someone maybe 6 foot tall. But then all of a sudden you find yourself liking someone that's 5'11". So there's this disconnect with who you truly want. So that's kind of why you haven't found them yet. Now this second card reveals how can you overcome. Number 1, you got here the Emperor in reverse. So the Emperor in reverse shows us that you cling too much to power. You cling too much to this certain standard. And you have to be able to let go with the flow. Maybe you don't know who you want because you haven't been going out there for the longest time. You haven't figured out, do I want someone outgoing or do I want someone that stays home? You haven't really tested it out yet. So, Emperor is kind of urging you. You have been controlling too much. It's time for you to get out there and really try it out and really see who you want to be with. Or maybe you can do a little bit more self-reflection on who or what are the traits that I want for my next love. Now the third card is, what can I do to meet them? And you got here 8 of Cups. So what can you do to meet them? You have to be able to search for your own truth for you to be able to meet them. 8 of Cups means that you have to be able to let go, to try new things. You've been stuck in this place for a long time. You've been wanting this certain trait. However, maybe the universe isn't giving you that kind of person is because that's not who you're supposed to be with. So try to let go and try to search for your truth, search for something new. So this one tackles, how will I know if I found them? What are they like? Got here the Knight of Cups in reverse. Kind of exciting when the Knight comes out in a love reading like this. It's very interesting. Knight of Cups in reverse. Like I mentioned earlier, this might not be your soulmate, okay? This is just gonna be your next love. the next person you fall in love with. And the Knight of Cups in reverse kind of shows us that he or she is maybe a bit conceited, has a lot of vanity, for me. Someone that's very concerned with how they look like. It's not necessarily a bad thing, except when it goes overboard, that they're gonna be like Narcissus, who just looks at his reflection and no longer does anything. So, Knight of Cups in reverse, maybe you'll get that impression from him or her, or they. Now, there's someone that has a lot of vanity, kind of moody, they also avoid conflict, so at least that's something. And however, they're very charming. Knight of Cups is someone that is very charming, romantic, and this might just be like a really fun relationship, a fun adventure. So the 5th card is, where will I find them? It's a where card. You got here the Devil in reverse. You'll find them in a place that's unnatural to you. For you to be able to get there, you have to embody this, which is to be able to let go. To let go of that sense of being trapped in a certain place. If I were to put this in a very practical sense, if you've been using Bumble to look for someone, how would you try Tinder? It's something different than what you've been doing before. That's something I'm getting from here. Don't shackle yourself to a certain method that you've tried and tested. Do something new. Look for something new. You always go to BGC, try Poblacion. Okay, that's for Philippines, by the way. Manila, to be exact. But you get what I mean. If you're looking in this city, try another city. Okay. So sixth card is the when card. When will I find them? You got here 3 of Pentacles. It might not be soon. You have a lot of work to do. This might be maybe end of the year. It might take a few months. Because you got the first card you got is Ace of Swords. You have a lot of things to figure out. So, you might like a lot of people, date a lot of people. Then the next person you love, though, might take some time. So, take this time to reflect and challenge the boundaries and then the traits that you like. Challenge that Prince Charming or Princess in that head of yours. And think, is this who I truly want? Do I really want someone that's like Prince Eric? Or do I want someone that's like Hercules? Okay. So this is like additional guidance and tips. And you got here 5 of Pentacles in reverse. So this card kind of shows us that you will be able to be overcoming a lot of adversities in this journey of yours. This is one of the nice cards in reverse. It shows us that after all of the sufferings, ups and downs, dating people around, you'll be able to get something from it. You'll be able to overcome it. So I think this is a good thing. I do believe that you'll be able to recover from this, recover from this this challenge or pain, and then you'll be able to forgive yourself. Now, these last 3 cards is when you finally met them. So, this is gonna be your first impression with them. Ooh, 4 of Pentacles upright. So, 4 of Pentacles upright is kind of like telling us that this person is someone very secure financially. They protect their finances. They're very stable, kind of controlling. Or maybe very, what's that word? They're very concerned. They want to keep in control when it comes to practical things. They're their work, money, and their everyday mundane things. I'm feeling earth sign vibes. Sun, moon, rising, earth signs, maybe, right? So that's gonna be your first impression. There's someone that's controlled, someone that has it together, very protective. Now this one is gonna be your common ground with them. Your common ground with them is Two of Swords, upright. Okay. This is someone that is very intellectual, is also going through a crossroads in their life. So I'm getting this feeling that you will be learning a lot from each other. You're going to be helping each other through different decisions in your lives rather, and that it's gonna be very emotionally investing because you're going to be talking about a lot of intellectual topics. He or she is someone that is very practical, you're going to be getting a lot of life lessons from them. So this might just be a nice common ground for you both because you both have your future ahead of you. You're both thinking of the future, what you will do, and you will be helping each other go there. And lastly, you got here potential conflict. The Sun card as a conflict card, kind of weird. Okay, I feel like with this, you might have different sources of light. By that I mean different sources of having fun or different sources of happiness. For him or her, their happiness lies in maybe practical things, money, work, those kinds of stuff. But for you, maybe your happiness lies in family, trips, Shopee, Budol. That might just be a conflict for the both of you. Different sources of sun, different sources of light. So this can also mean that you might have different ways or definitions of success. They might be thinking right, you might be thinking left. So a good way for you both to be able to work this out is to find a common ground. Find a midpoint for you both to be able to settle in. So this very simple spread shows us what it's going to be like for your next relationship. And this one is for the air signs, sun, moon, and rising. I do hope that it resonates, and good luck with your journey. Very excited for you. This one is for the earth signs. So I'll be shuffling my cards, and I'll be pulling 10 cards for you. Let's see what the cards have in store for you. So just to be clear, earth signs, sun, moon, or rising. I'll be pulling 10 cards. One, two, three, four, 5, Lastly, 10. Let me just put them all face up. Interesting. Okay. So, before I start reading the cards, just want to remind again that this is your next love. Not necessarily your soulmate. Could be, but not necessarily. Don't feel that you're crucified to this. So, let's see. Who will be, or what will be the person like for my... Okay, so the first card tackles the question, why haven't I found them yet? And you got here, 6 of Pentacles, right? Have you been fair to yourself lately? It's possible that you haven't found them yet because you've been giving too much of yourself to a lot of things that you no longer have time to date. You've been working so hard, you've been doing so much, and you haven't really been putting a lot of your energies towards your heart. You're putting a lot of energies towards Pentacles, work, money, those kinds of things. And you haven't been putting some energy to Cups, to your heart, love. Now, this second card shows us, how can I overcome? Number 1, 5 of Swords. Now, 5 of Swords, for you to be able to overcome number 1, you have to enforce boundaries. You have to be sure to force those boundaries, and then learn to say no to things, learn to put yourself forward. It's gonna be very conflicting for you. It's gonna be quite difficult for you since you're not used to it, but this is telling us that this is how you will be able to overcome that, so that you will be able to find your next love. Now, the next card is, what can I do to meet them? King of Cups in reverse. Be much more in touch with your emotions, because currently you're not. You're very withdrawn as of the moment. You're trying to control your emotions so much. Thus, King of Cups in reverse. It's telling us that this is the energy that you're giving out. You're controlling too much your emotions. You're refusing to let go. You're refusing to feel your feelings. So, King of Cups is reminding you that for you to be able to meet your next love, you have to be able to allow yourself to feel, allow yourself to be vulnerable, allow yourself to fall in love. How will I know if that's them, or what are they like? What are their characteristics? Got here the King of Swords. King of Swords upright. They are someone very intellectual, a leader, someone that is very sure of themselves. King of Swords is someone that's King of Swords is someone that has authority, very disciplined, and has a high sense of integrity, and intellectual, and they're someone that thinks very clearly, someone that's not afraid to take the leadership role. And I'm getting air sign vibes from him or her or they, sun, moon, rising possibly. And this is a where card. Where will I find them? You got here the 8 of Swords in reverse. You'll only be able to find them if you let go. You take off this blindfold. Be able to empower yourself and not let these cage you. Not let yourself be caged by your own thoughts. It's time for you to let go. And time for you to really go out there and see what's out there, instead of letting yourself be blindfolded by everything and tied up. So, when it comes to aware, you have to go and look for a place that is different from what you've been trying before. Let's say you have never been to La Union. How about you try going there to see? You haven't been to La Union. Why? Because you're so controlling of yourself. You don't want to reward yourself, or you don't have any time. You refuse to make time. You're so caught up with work, everything, that you forget what's out there. You're blinded. So my point is, where will you find them? A place where you haven't been to before. Now, this is the when card, and you got here the star in reverse. The tarot refuses to answer it. It's telling you that you have to find the star first, the journey, and then from there you'll be able to go towards this path. Right now, you're still very much lost. I'm not sure if you'll be finding your next love in your current state. So, tarot is giving you advice on what you can do in order for you to find and be open to love. Because right now, you're not. So, the star that you want to follow is dimmed. So, you have to be able to let that star shine so that you'll be able to go towards that path. Now, this is some guidance and tips. You got here the Queen of Cups as your guidance card. Time for you to open your heart. Time for you to be much more in touch with your feelings. Be much more empathic, intuitive, and embrace your feelings. Like what I mentioned earlier, feel your feelings. Don't be afraid of your emotions. Don't be afraid of opening your heart. I know it's painful, but how will you be able to find your next love if you don't let yourself be open to that? So embody Queen of Cups as your guidance. Now, these last 3 cards is if and once you've found your next love. This is going to be your first impression with them. The Tower. Oh my gosh. Okay. Whenever we get the Tower in the tarot, it's basically telling you that it's going to rock your world. It's going to be a very transformative event. So the Tower is basically telling us that your first impression with them, you're not going to be the same person of who you are right now once you met them. It's going to be a very transformative love. You're going to change in this relationship. You might discover new things about yourself or life in general, but this person, they will be introducing a lot of new things to you. And you might take it good, you might take it bad, but this relationship is definitely going to be a lesson. Common ground between the two of you. Ace of Cups, oh my gosh. You're going to be much more in touch with your emotions now that you met them. You're going to be able to love. Your cup is finally full, and that is your common ground between the two of you. You're both loving each other so much. Potential conflict, you got here the Chariot in reverse. From someone that is very, very, very much concentrated to work. Chariot, conflict, you might slow down because of this. So you're someone that's so concentrated in your development when it comes to life, work, in general, money. Chariot in reverse is showing us that the potential conflict that you might have is this relationship might slow it down. Now, just because that it's going to slow down doesn't mean that it's not going to happen. So pacing yourself, compartmentalizing is definitely going to help you deal with this conflict that you might have with your next love. Okay? So that is the spread for Earth signs. It's very interesting, very exciting. It shows us that you're going to be going through a journey, a very transformative journey. and I'm very excited for you. So good luck with your journey, and thank you so much for tuning in for the Earth sign reading. This section is for my fire signs: Sun, Moon, or Rising, Aries, Sagittarius, and Leos. So I'll be shuffling the cards first. I'm gonna be pulling up 10 cards. Now, just to let you know, this reading is for your next love, not necessarily your soulmate, okay? So don't feel too tied up to this. It's going to show us who you will love next. I'll be pulling 10 cards for this. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Thank you. So I'll just face up the cards. Alright. So I have here 10 cards for this reading, and I'll be breaking it down to you one by one. Alright, so the very first card that we have here tackles the question, why haven't I found them yet? You got here 8 of Swords. You haven't found them yet because you're too tied up to do anything. You might be overthinking things, and you might be very scared. I'm getting this energy that you're very scared, which is very strange for a fire sign. You might have went through a very terrible breakup recently, or you saw someone that's close to you that got hurt really badly because of a relationship, so you refuse it. Refuse. The swords surrounding you are your thoughts. You're so overthinking. On top of that, you blindfolded yourself. You even refused to see. And you tied yourself up. You don't even want to do anything about it. Physically, you don't want to do anything. Eyes, you don't want to see. And your thoughts are all around you. You don't even want to think of it. So the question is, why are you here? You want love. You want something. However, your heart wants it, but your body, your mind, your eyes, no. So there's a blockage right there. Now we got here, second card. What can I do to overcome number 1? You got here the Hangman. Now, this one, the Hangman is a very interesting card. It's telling us that you are able to get over this. You currently feel trapped. You feel uncertain. There's a lack of confidence. However, if you look at the hangman, he is the one holding his own string. That's the reason why he's hung. So, it's telling us that this is an internal struggle. This is something you can definitely control. Now, that is a good thing about getting this card. It shows us that you have control over this. You can overcome this. It's going to be a very conscious effort though. And it's something that you will have to do yourself. So you can overcome this by letting go. Don't let yourself be hung up like this again. And just learn how to be open. So what can you do to meet them? That's the third card. You got here King of Pentacles. You have to be able to take care of yourself first. Take care of your life. Be your own king. And discipline yourself. Get abundance from it first. And then from there, once you've already repaired yourself, be your own King of Pentacles, then you will find your own partner. Be it a king, a queen, a page. You have to be able to be very stable first before you go and find something or someone for you. Be your own rock. Be secure with yourself before you're able to go out. That is a very practical advice for fire signs. You've been hurt, you've been surged so much that you don't want to try it anymore. And with fire signs, before you jump into things, be sure to think about it first, since we tend to be very impulsive. Be sure to once you learn how to let go, don't let go too much. Take this as a lesson, of course. Don't be all in. If I let go, I'm all loose. No. Learn your boundaries still. Now your next card is, how will I know them, or what are they like? Temperance. Very balanced. Very patient. Someone that looks for peace. And someone that has inner calm. This person is going to be a wonderful partner. I'm getting Sagittarius energy as Sun, Moon, Rising. Sagittarius basement for sure. And this person is definitely going to help you find this balance in your life. Because we all know fire signs need balance. Fire signs need someone that will help them control themselves, or someone that will help them light the fire again in their hearts. So this person is going to help you. So this is how this person is like. Now this one is a where card. Where will I find them? You got here the star in reverse. It shows us that if you're currently following a certain path as to where you're finding them, that's not the right path. The star is telling you that you have to follow another star. You got it in reverse, meaning the star that you're currently following is not the right path towards finding her. The star that you're currently following is not the right path towards finding your love. You have to be able to look for another star and follow that. So, practical example, if you're looking for a love in let's say Bumble, how about you try Tinder? If you're looking for love in your close friends, how about you try someplace else, a different friend group? If you're looking for love in the Philippines, how about you try looking for love in another country? Those kinds of things. Where you're looking now is not where you're going to find them. So this 6th card is the when card. You got here the 7 of Wands. Now when it comes to when with the Wands, it shows us that you're going to find them soon. And it's going to take a lot of perseverance though, if you were to find them soon, if you were to follow this timeline. A lot of perseverance, maybe even competition. So it's gonna be quite an exciting journey for you. And this will really challenge you. And I know that fire signs love to be challenged. So it's gonna be something like that. And this is additional guidance and tips. You got here the 8 of Cups in reverse. Additional guidance and tips. Learn to let go of your past. Remember, the first card that you got is that you've been hurt by a past relationship, or you've seen something in your past that you don't want to happen to you. It's telling you to learn from your past and to not let yourself be aimlessly drifting. As long as you get out of that island of your past, don't let yourself drift to different directions, Always have a certain point on where you're going. Have an anchor so that you don't drift away. Learn from it. Learn from your past. And stay grounded. Stay humble. And take in all of the lessons from it. Now these 3 cards are going to show us what it's going to be once you meet your love. So this is going to be your first impression with them. You got here the Queen of Cups upright as your first impression. There's someone that's very in touch with their feelings. Very much, what is that word? Very secure with their feelings, very empathic, and very calm, kind. This is giving me water sign energies since it's the Cups, and a developed one. Emphasis on that, because someone that with the Queen of Cups energy is someone that is very compassionate, someone that is going to put you first, really listen to your feelings, validate you, and someone that will love you with all their heart. It's beautiful to be loved with someone with the Queen of Cups energy. Your common ground is going to be King of Wands. You're both very passionate people, very driven, very daring. You both like to take leadership roles. You both have very unique ideas, and you're both visionaries. So that is your common ground. You'll be doing a lot of new things, a lot of bold decisions with each other, and you're going to be lifting up each other a lot. The last card that you got is potential conflicts that will happen. You got here the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Financial problems maybe? Or you might get opportunities from someplace else that might drive a wedge in the relationship. Maybe this might be you met and you have a good relationship now, and then all of a sudden it's LDR because you got an opportunity, or they got an opportunity. So it's telling us that pentacle things, work, money, might drive a wedge in the relationship. Now, every conflict is something that can be fixed. Now that you know that this might be a potential conflict, you can prepare for it once you met them, and really find a common ground for you both to be able to settle in. So that is the message of the future love for fire signs. I hope it resonates, and I hope it helps you with your journey. This section of the reading is for my fellow water signs, Sun, Moon, and Rising. My fellow Scorpios, or Cancers, or Pisces. So I'll be shuffling the cards, and I'm going to be pulling 10 cards for this reading. So this reading is for your future love, your next love. It's not necessarily your soulmate or the person you're going to end up with. So don't feel crucified to this. It's just going to be your next relationship. I'm gonna be pulling 10 cards for this. One, two, three, four, five, 6, 4 more, please. 7, 8, 9, 10. Thank you, thank you. Now just put them all face up. Alright, so we have here 10 cards. The first card that you got answers the question, why haven't I found them yet? You got here the Magician in reverse. You haven't found them yet because you're kind of... Magician in reverse, guy, is the first thing that comes to my head is manipulative. You're playing around. You haven't found them yet because you like a lot of things. Or people, rather. Like a lot of people, and I kind of don't know what you want, so you're trying around a lot of things. Maybe you're dating around, and you know how you don't stand for anything, so you fall for anything kind of energy. I'm getting that. So there's a lack of mental clarity. There's a lot of cloudiness in your head that you just fall for anything, which is not very uncommon for water signs, to be honest. We love to feel, we love emotions, we really feel them, so we tend to get really passionate when it comes to liking people, that we put them to a pedestal. I resonate so much because I'm a water sign too. So even if the person just displays a certain trait that we like, even if we don't like his or her other traits, they're perfect all of a sudden in our eyes. So I'm getting that energy from the first card. And the second one is, how can I overcome number 1? You got here the Strength card. So for you to be able to overcome this feeling of falling for anything, you have to be able to stay strong, sis. Or brother. You have to stay strong. You have to be able to put those boundaries, put those standards there. You have to be able to harness this inner energy inside of you for you to be able to get through this, for you to be able to love someone fully, and for them to love you back. Strength is telling us that you have to be able to be confident in yourself. Confident that the person that you want will love you. Confident that the person that you want, with all the traits that you want, will love you. Now this third card is, what can I do to meet them? can't seem to pick it up there. What can I do to meet them? You got here the Seven of Pentacles upright. It's going to take a lot of work for you to be able to meet this person. Seven of Pentacles is basically a work card that says progress and results come with a lot of hard work. You have a lot of shadow work to do. And it's not going to be fast. It's going to take some time. So, you have to put a lot of work and effort to this. You have to put commitment, dedication to this shadow work that you have to do in order for you to find your next love. Now, this fourth card is, how will I know them or what are they like? You got here the Sun card. Beautiful card to describe them. They're a light in your life. They're someone that you've always wanted. Someone that actually has all of the traits where you don't have to compromise. Someone that's actually 6 foot and you've always wanted someone that's 6 foot tall. You know, something simple like that. I don't want to be too shallow, but that's a very simple example that I could give. So the Sun card is reminding you that there is someone for you that actually has the traits that you want, and you don't have to lower your standards in order to get it. Now, the fifth card is, where will I find them? You got here the Four of Cups. It seems that you already know this person. If the Four of Cups is such a funny card, it's the universe giving the person a cup and the person is like, no, I don't want it. It's telling us that you already know this person. You've already met them. And they already have all of the traits that you want, but for some reason, maybe you don't want to ruin the friendship, or maybe there's like a complicated family thing, complicated friendship thing, that you don't want to push for the relationship. Strange. So try to think of that. This person, you already know them. So 6 is a when card. You got here the Ace of Swords. It can happen anytime. But it's in reverse. Meaning, you're stopping it. You already know the person. It seems that the person already likes you. However, you're stopping it from happening. Ace of Swords in reverse. You got it upright. I would say that you're already on the right path. You're doing it. However, you got it in reverse. It's there. You're not taking it. Now, this is guidance and tips. You got here the Queen of Pentacles in reverse as a guidance for this. In reverse. It's telling you to be much more assertive, much more selfish. And it's telling you to be intolerant of other people. You know, the people that don't fit in your standards, and time to follow your own. That's the guidance that this card is telling you. It's time for you to be much more strict with yourself and learn to enforce your wants, your needs, your boundaries. Now, these last 3 cards is going to describe what it's going to be like once you met them. So your first impression with them is the 5 of Wands in reverse. There's someone that you tend to fight a lot before, but now no. You already know them You already know this person. And you finally, maybe you don't like each other first. You used to fight a lot. Now you're okay. You found truce. You found cooperation. So the first impression with them before, when you met them, is you don't like them before. But now you do. Now you're friends. Maybe that's why you don't want to push for this, because it's kind of weird. Now, this 9th card is your common ground between the two of you. You have a similar sense of home. You have this intuition for each other. I'm getting fellow water sign vibes. A placement in the water sign for them. I'm getting this feeling that they're very thirsty. You both are very thirsty for each other. And you're both looking for your own truths, and that you'll be able to find truths within each other with the help of each other. So I think that's a beautiful thing. Your common ground is that. And it's possible that he or she, they is also a water sign. Lastly, potential conflict. Queen of Wands in reverse. A potential conflict that you might have is one of you might be quite demanding. Water sign things, you know. You want something, and now that you really enforced that you don't want to compromise anymore, you know, it's time for both of you to. It's also another thing, a potential conflict, Queen of Wands, jealousy. Nako, water sign things. Jealousy and insecurities, and it's something that you both have to work on. Now that you know that this might be something, try to really secure yourselves in this relationship. Go on dates, take care of each other, learn each other's love languages, so that you'll be able to feel very secure, so you don't have to put jealousy into this relationship, insecurity into this relationship. It's time for both of you to establish your sense of selves and your sense of security towards each other. Okay? So that is the next love for my water signs here. So thank you so much for tuning into this reading. And I hope it resonates and I hope it helps. Alright, so that is the reading for today's video. Your next love. I'm all very excited for you, and I do wish that this reading helped you in your journey. Take what resonates, and I'll see you again on my next video. I upload every Saturday as much as I can. Also, if you want your own reading, please don't hesitate to book a session with me. The link below. So thank you, and goodbye, and I hope to see you again. Bye.